The woman was beaten to death. But when the police arrived, the officer saw the victim lying on the ground, and it was his own wife. The strong man instantly froze. His eyes went blank, and he looked around helplessly. He spoke to her like usual, sharing daily stories. He tried to help her up and go home together. But in the end, both of them collapsed. This case immediately drew attention from all parts of society. Every media outlet reported that a police officer's wife had been murdered. The husband had worked at the police station for many years. He never even went home for his own birthday, so his wife had cooked a few of his favorite dishes and happily brought them to the station. But on the way there, a madman followed her and beat her to death. To calm public anger, the police had no choice but to launch a full investigation. Many people involved lost their jobs. Even the head of the police station was fired. At the funeral, a colleague told the husband they had caught the suspect. It was a thug with more than 10 past convictions. He had enough time to commit the crime, and the police found a bloody coat in his home. DNA tests showed that the blood matched the victim exactly. But during the trial, even with so much evidence, the emergency call operator said the thug was not the real killer. When the victim had called for help, the call had been suddenly cut off. The supervisor told the operator to call back right away. The operator was worried the call might expose the woman's location, but the supervisor pressed the redial button anyway. The woman's phone rang out in the silent night, alerting the killer. The killer gave an evil smile and slowly walked over. He looked at the woman, who was begging for her life, and spoke coldly. Then the call ended. The operator clearly remembered that the killer had a serious stutter, but the thug spoke very smoothly. He had no stutter at all. If the thug was found guilty, then the real killer would go free. Everyone in the courtroom looked shocked after hearing this. Only the husband was extremely angry. He believed the emergency center had caused his wife's death. Now they were trying to defend the killer. The operator asked the court to play the call recording to prove her point. But strangely, the second half of the recording was missing. She could not explain it, but she still insisted that the thug was not the killer. The husband thought she had been bribed by the real murderer. He loudly objected to the court, but it did not change the outcome. The thug was found not guilty and released. 3 years later, the operator became the director of the emergency center. But the once proud police officer had become broken. He either slept on the job or beat up petty thieves. One night, the emergency center received another call. The case was exactly the same as the one from 3 years ago,